Hello everyone, this is Z66 or Zakai, your underpaid, undertrained, underinsured mechanic, and I hope you enjoy the upcoming video. And feel free to take a moment to look around the channel while you're here. I hope you enjoy my videos. I do a little bit of everything. Automotive repair, tools, which is, like my premature evaluation series, my full review series of ride the pony reviews, along with tool recovery, where I go to repair broken or damaged tools, anatomy of failure, where I discuss failures in a system and go over them. And of course, my new series of World of Finance, where I talk about, fun things like financing guns and general financial information. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe at the bottom. And remember, I can't pay for these Ray-Bans without your help. Goodbye. Alright, let's talk headlight removal real quick. You probably don't have to take the bumper off, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say you do. So let me go freehand and go over. Now, I'll include all the video for removing the bumper, that's not a problem. You didn't have to remove these bolts. Well, yeah, you do. Right here, you got this one, and then there's one down here it took me forever to find. But basically, and one up here. So you got a bolt there, and a bolt down in there, and one that's on the back of it, how it sits in. Now, you have your clips here. I honestly just twisted these out because it's easier than trying to get the plugs. And I'm going to be replacing the bulbs. Now let's talk about what you can replace. Now, supposedly you can replace the HCI ballast stuff, but I am not, because that is unnecessary work on my part, and mine worked just fine, and it's an expensive part, so I'm not going to replace it till I absolutely have to. Alright. Hello everyone, it's Z66, your untrained, underinsured, and underpaid mechanic, and we're going to be replacing the front bumper on my mom's Infiniti with another one, after, Bambi decided to kill it. So I'm going to go through the process. Now there's clips you got to remove here, and I'm already missing a few. See, just goes in like that with that clip. Pull it up. Alright, so I didn't show me removing this because there was not a ton of room and I really couldn't get you a shot. There are 4 clips. One there, one right there, one there, one there. And they clip into the back of your grill. And looking down, it'll be like this. And you just gotta squeeze these clips and get them to come loose. You gotta do a little finagling. Then you got these clips at the bottom that slide right out. And that's how you get that part out. Give you a better idea. Here's with the other bumper, and you can see how it all lines up. Then you got to take your tires off so you can get the plastic behind here off. Alright, so you got these 2 bolts to unscrew, this to unhook, then one up here. And then this is kind of hooks in right in here. Look at this, right there. And you just kind of push and it just slides right off. Alright, so you got to unbolt it down here. You got these bolts down here. And then you got some on the corner. They're going to be all 10 millimeters. And this is what the underneath of your car is going to look like when you get those plastic shields out and those bolts. So alright, you got to take this bolt off, this bolt off. Let me see. This bolt off to get the bumper off. Now we're getting this trim off. And you just basically found that it's best to get a flat head and just get them loose. Alright, so I'm going to go over it. You got to get this loose, and you're not going to have much room. You're going to have to bend it slightly. And you're going to see these clips, and there's 2 of them on each side. You push with a... Let me find it. I use this ginormous long Craftsman flathead, and you just got to lift it and it'll release the bumper. Then you got another one right under here. And that's what you need to do to get the bumper loose. Okay, so we're on the reinstall section. So I went ahead and put the left side of the bumper so I can show you a few things. You got to line it up just right, and there's a hook plastic that goes right in here. I'll show you that in a second. But these just push in. That's the hook part of plastic. It goes right in there, so you got to angle it. And this is actually super easy. You just got these clips that it hooks into. It's actually kind of ingenious. Alright, let's talk headlight removal real quick. You probably don't have to take the bumper off, but I'm just going to go ahead and say you do. So let me go freehand and go over. Now, I'll include all the video for removing the bumper, that's not a problem. You didn't have to remove these bolts. Well, yeah, you do. Right here. Got this one, and then there's one down here it took me forever to find. But basically, and one up here. So you got a bolt there, and a bolt down in there, and one that's on the back of it, that how it sits in. Now, you have your clips here. I honestly just twisted these out because it's easier than trying to get the plugs. And I'm going to be replacing the bulbs. Now let's talk about what you can replace. Now, supposedly you can replace the HDI ballast stuff, but I am not, because that is unnecessary work on my part, and mine worked just fine, and it's expensive part, so I'm not going to replace it till I absolutely have to. Alright, so we got 10 millimeter bolt right here to remove. Okay. Now you've got clips underneath it that I'm going to show you. And some it's easier just to unhook the whole assembly. You've got a light bulb here. Just go ahead and unhook it. It makes it a lot easier. Got one right here. Then you start pulling it out from the front. Alright, so this is going to be your last clip to remove. Alright, now that you got all that out, you can get it taken out. Now, this clip for the ballast, you don't really have to remove it, but it made it a little easier to get the flathead in there. And we're going to put some dielectric grease in here anyway. And now that this is out, this is one last bulb. A little help with from your friend Flathead helps. And there we go. Alright, let's talk about what bulbs you're going to need. You're going to need, for the side markers, 194s, long lights, and for the running lights and turn signals, you're going to need 7440As and 7443s, which I did not have these floating around. I had to get them from the parts store. And I can't tell exactly which ones go where because I just replace these one at a time. So that's how we'll do it. Alright, let's start with the side marker. And this one's actually not burnt out like it was on mine. And we're doing a little bit extra. I am taking these off and I am putting dielectric greases on the conduits. Whoops. I had it too low for the camera. Let me pull this out a little bit. Sorry about that, y'all. So yeah, that's just a little clip right here. I took it off. Now we're gonna put the bulb in. And you could make the argument I'm using too much. Oops, that is the old bulb. I'm gonna take that joker out. Pop it over there to the side and we're gonna get the new one. Now, not all these are burned out. I only had really one bad one side marker, but I kind of looked at it as, you know, I'm already gonna be here. I don't really want to take all this apart again. Let's do it. Now, I believe this is one of the daylight running bulbs. This one's still good, so I'm gonna put this in my used bulb pile, because you never know. Well, actually, I'm gonna use these things that it came in, and I'm just gonna tape them back up so I know exactly what they are. And these new ones have a slightly different, they've changed how they do, I guess, the wires a little bit different. Slightly different, not a huge difference, but I don't know. I am not the engineer of my friends. I would not be a repo man, that's for sure. Alright. Now we're also going to pull this clip off back here. And they don't give you much room to grab on these. You want to make sure when you're doing this technique that you're not scratching up your wires and stuff. You can just big old glob of dielectric. And you can get this container at the auto parts store. I literally had one, no joke, last years before I finally used the last little bit of the tube up. Now we've got one here. Put a line here. And we've replaced all the bulbs except for the one on the back. See this one right here? This was the one I showed you taking it off. This one doesn't have a special connector. So we're gonna take that one off. Put a glob of dielectric in it. Alright. I'm just going to go ahead and push this joker back in. Okay. And looking here, you know, we got the ballast one right down here, the connector. We're going to put a glob of dielectric in it. Alright. So there we go. Alright, so we're going to start reinstalling this headlight. Now there's a clip right here. And I'm not going to get all the way in because I'm going to do a function check. But you got to get it angled in just right. That one over there. And I'm going to get under here and hook everything up. But we're going to do a function test before we put everything back together. So you want to know my super simple method to testing all the lights. Now there might be some intricacies if you've got a short or a ground somewhere, this may not work, but this is my general go-to. Check all the lights on a car really quickly. And I'm going to spin the camera and show you. So I turn on the lights, and I got to turn on those in a second. but turn on the headlights, turn on the emergency flasher. That way you can see if everything's working right away. And we got all, this is good. I'll probably end up having to replace these micro bulbs eventually, but they ain't dead yet, so they're gonna stay. And I've got the headlights turned on and they're shining just as pretty. So actually these bulbs look way lighter than they were. Now, this is an HDI ballast. There's a whole lot of, I'm gonna be honest, I've never changed one. There's people that have gone over all the work you gotta do this. I haven't. But that's something if you have to do, you can probably find something on the internet. I'm not replacing it unless I absolutely have to. And with my luck, I'll be there in about 6 months. Alright. And that's how you do the headlights. Now, I'm going to splice in the video of me just reinstalling everything because this is going to take a hot minute. Now, be careful with these little plastic things. I totally didn't break one and have plastic epoxy setting to get it fixed. And this car seems a little loud. It is. Idles a little too high. I'm going to be replacing my intake manifold gasket, upper and lower film, and I'm going to be doing new valve covers. So you'll be seeing that video as soon enough. Alright, let's get to the next part. I got to clean this bumper up a little bit more, but yeah, just kind of angle it, get the plastic in line, give it a little shove, and it all pretty much goes in. Now it's going to be better once, you know, I bolt stuff up, but it's not going to be perfect. I got to bolt some stuff to put proper tension in, but we'll get to that. Alright, so you're going to start pushing these clips in, and I didn't show the other side because that side's damaged and I had to jimmy rig some stuff, so it's not 100%, but it'll get the job. And you just got to push these clips in. So I'm going to show you on reinstalling. Now you got to put this clip in. There'll be some clips right there, and then you'll have to clip it into here, and then I'm going to show you the bolts we're going to do underneath it. And this part here slides under and over. Now this isn't going to be perfect, but I want to put these bolts in first so it'll help hold it up. So I'm going to do the center one first. And there should be a splash guard down here, but mine's been gone on this thing a long time. So we've got these bolts in, and then we're going to do them on the inside. Now, you've got 2 screws, and there's a clip up here I'll show you in a second. But I kind of already clipped in to make this a little easier. And you're going to have to put a little pressure to get things completely live, because this is a little wonky on mine. Now you've got this bolt to run down this bolt, and then you got, there should be a clip right in here that this clips in, and there's one up here. And then the rest are these plastic clips. So I'm going to be replacing quite a few of my plastic clips because they broke. So I didn't get these put it off camera because it's kind of impossible to do it all one-handed. And you got one up here. Alright, and then you got the bolts down here, but yeah, pretty much that's it. All we got to do is put the grill on and the wheels and we're good to go. Alright y'all, we're getting to the last of it. We just got to put the grill back on. Now, I know this won't be the most bestest ever video, but I hope it's helpful. I try to do what I can with my videos. And see, here's my multitude of aftermarket clip replacements, because most of mine, they were all damaged. They just didn't quite make the show. And I hope this video is helpful. It's kind of rambling, not exactly perfect, but hopefully this can help someone else in a situation like I was. Alright y'all, remember, like, subscribe, comment below. Remember, I can't do this without y'all. Y'all have a good one. Goodbye. Well everyone, this is Z66, your undertrained, underinsured, and underpaid mechanic, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, comment below, because tell your mama, tell your grandma, tell your doctor, because I can't do this alone, and I can't pay for these Ray-Bans without your help. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. You have a good day now. Goodbye.